following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Let's tidy up this tangle of film by putting it on a reel. Here is a motion picture film, 1,000 feet, 16,000 separate photographs.
Welcome, everybody, to the official space section of the chart.
The truth! You can't handle the truth!
Sir, you're out of order. Out of order. I show you out of order.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Real Debaters Podcast. I'm Michael.
Hey, and I'm Jimmy.
And out in Vancouver,
Martin Land.
hello, listener. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the first fucking recording of 2024. Happy New Year to all of you. We hope you had a good break. I think we all did.
Yeah.
Went and saw some movies. Martin came into town.
He did.
We did our last live episode of the year with Martin. That was fun. So we had a good break. We had a lot of fun, but here we are. We're back. It's 2024. And we figured the best way to start the season would be with a 8 versus 8 best musical debate. That was
that would be 16.
That would be 16. 4 versus 4. What's the count?
Well, and they aren't all on a team. We're doing a bracket.
We're doing
is
a
what
bracket.
Michael's trying to say.
Exactly. Take it away, Jimmy.
Michael has once seen a sport and has once seen playoff sports.
I don't get too far into sports, ladies and gentlemen. Making a bracket for me, I need the computer to do it.
So the last time we did this bracket, it was for the best comedy scene.
No, wasn't it best dog?
One or the other.
Something. We've done a few of these.
It was possibly best mom or dad.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
It was
but we
both,
did 16,
actually.
and it was a lot.
It was too much.
So we cut it down to 8, and this time we're doing best movie musicals.
Movie musicals only.
And now maybe some of these qualify, maybe some of them don't. And obviously we're not going to get everyone that you like, so you have to tell us which ones we missed.
Before we get into it, we do like to talk about the things that we do on the show.
Let's talk about us.
Martin, I believe you've got a show coming in February for Clue Club out in
February
Vancouver.
25th, we're going to be back at Clue Club for comedy. I'll be posting the event poster soon as I finish booking all the guests.
Sweet.
The comedians.
And if you want to follow him, you just got to go to @ClueClub. How do you spell it?
CLOUGH.
So go check it out. Jimmy, what do you got coming up?
We're doing a comedy brunch at Excuse Bar and Lounge on January 21st. Show starts at noon. You go for the brunch. It's a $35 ticket. It pays for the brunch buffet, and you get to watch a great comedy show. And then on February 17th, we're back at Laughs at Gaffs. We love these shows, so get your tickets as quick as you can. They tend to sell out, so call Gaffers if you want one of those tickets. They're fantastic. Oh, sorry, I'll be at Yuck Yucks on the 3rd and 4th of February too.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's the big one.
Yeah, we're
Way
back.
to bury the lead.
We're back. Michael, what are we at Real Debaters doing?
We've got a new home to do some trivia. It's at Rudy's downtown in Winnipeg. Rudy's right in the Manitoba Hydro building. February 13th, we're going to be doing Valentine's Day before everyone else is doing Valentine's Day.
That's right.
The whole theme is romantic comedies. I think we've all been either dragged to one or do enjoy one privately or publicly.
Everybody likes them, whether they like to admit it or not.
We were talking about, what's his face from 50 First Dates?
Adam Sandler?
Adam Sandler?
No.
Sean Astin.
Sean Astin.
Yeah, I was saying that men know Sean Astin from Lord of the Rings, but women know him from 50 First Dates. What do you think about that, Martin?
I thought Rudy.
Yeah, you think women know him from Rudy?
You think,
Yeah, Rudy was a great movie.
But women though, Martin.
There were women in Rudy.
Sure. Okay. Fair enough.
Name 3.
Yeah.
A young John Favreau.
That's not a woman.
That's not a woman.
That's not a
But I
woman.
meant it had him in it, and I don't know, it was good.
Keep dancing.
It's a drama.
Keep
It wasn't like
dancing.
a sports movie. It was a sports movie, but it was a drama.
It wasn't a sports movie.
It was a sports drama.
Sean Astin aside, we're doing three rounds. We're going to incorporate
Sean aside.
We're going to be working with the fantastic staff, Kenzie at Rudy's. We're going to have a lot of fun with this one, and hopefully we're going to have a few nights. So stay tuned. But February 13th, I think the start time is going to be 7. It's a great event to bring a date to. It's low key.
That's right.
If you
Maybe you're busy on Valentine's Day weekend and you need something to take your partner to on a weekday night, we got you covered.
Maybe you're going to the Jets game on Wednesday. Come to us on Tuesday.
And there might be a drink included with your ticket.
Who knows? All these plans are going to be coming. So the only way you're going to be able to find out and stay tuned is either subscribe to our social media in the show notes or subscribe to the show, which we much rather you prefer to. So let's move on from the shameless promotion and step off this mortal coil. Jimmy, what'd you watch this week?
I went to see Boy and the Heron yesterday. Martin, I wanted to tell you we went to Thomas and Hines beforehand.
Ooh, did you have a cigar?
I did. I inhaled a whole cigar to myself, and I was very lightheaded.
He's not doing well today.
And I'm not doing very well today. And it was around 9 o'clock, and everyone's like, let's go see a movie now. And I'm like, oh, boy.
No, why would you go to a movie after that?
Oh, boy.
That
And
sounds terrible.
It wasn't Landmark, I'll tell you.
Oh, where'd you go? Did you
We
go
went to Bolo.
You went to Silver City?
Yeah, we went to
City.
Silver City. And
Did you reek of cigar?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, very much so. And I just, I my head was swimming that whole movie.
And it's a Studio Ghibli movie to begin with.
It looks beautiful. The background art, it's all the things that you expect in a Ghibli, but just executed perfectly. Okay, let's do a little rundown of the story.
Yeah.
So it's a boy, and it's
Heron?
It's during World War II.
Okay.
And his mother is killed in a fire at a hospital, and him and his father move in to like a nice little property in the woods somewhere to get away from all with his new wife.
Get away from the war.
Yeah, and then he meets this Heron who is harassing him and telling that his mother's still alive, and he has to go into this magical tower. Lies. Heron's lie is the lesson of the story. And my God, like the voice acting, the art, it's so beautiful. Martin, I forget that it's Robert Pattinson half the time. And Batista's in it.
Batista?
Batista's in it.
The path to righteousness is through a Studio Ghibli movie.
That's right. And Willem Dafoe, everybody was just fantastic. Florence Pugh, it was perfectly executed. Beautiful cast. Honestly, one of his best. But I can't think of a bad one. So.
And his last.
Yeah,
And
well,
there's
they
a-
always say, everybody says it's their last, and then they come back. It's what Brett Favre did 2 times.
And then he made a volleyball
And then
court
he
out of someone
robbed
else's money.
the state of Mississippi.
He's said that, it was his last before it was, and I, like you say, I think that's to build up the hype to go see it, right? Because
worked on me.
It worked on you, exactly. Is it comparable to anything else that he's done that you've liked?
Well, it's still the same artistic style, but man, the backgrounds to these scenes where you can see the animated character walking, but just the painted beautiful backgrounds. It's like they're like Renaissance paintings. Like you could put these up in a museum and people will talk about them for hundreds of years. It's that beautiful.
Man, I don't think like this normally, but when that man passes away, the art in animation will have gone with him. Like
absolutely,
I mean, people at across the Spider-Verse and the Spider-Verse, they'll keep it going, right? But I mean, there's just he's holding court still. So
I recommend it 100%. If you're going to see it in theaters, you should.
Was Pattinson your favorite voice in all of them? Did the voice?
Well,
fit the character?
I'm sure. I don't know if I've complained about this on the show, but I've complained about it to you personally.
Yeah.
Actors are destroying the voice acting community. They're taking.
Go on.
Well, I remember talking to a friend of the show, Darren Frost.
Yes,
who's going to be back in town in February.
Sweet. Darren, you're welcome back.
And him mentioning that actors getting to do these voice acting gigs take gigs away from
voice actors. Okay.
And now I'm fine with Robert Pattinson doing it because he did a voice, Michael. He put a show on. He actually did a voice. It's not just
He found a character.
It's not just Jason Sudeikis going or Will Arnett doing his voice.
Big Will Arnett.
Or H. John Benjamin, who I love, but what's the difference between Bob and Archer?
Yeah.
Nothing.
None, but it's great.
It's not great. It's just not voice acting.
But I know. I remember having this conversation with you. I know exactly what you're saying, right? Like voice actors have a range of characters.
But that is not the case in this movie.
Good.
Everybody gives a great performance.
So Willem Dafoe isn't like a.
He's not just like I recognized his voice because he's Willem Dafoe, but he plays a character. He's a pelican.
Nice.
Yep, nails it too. He's a dying
Are there
pelican.
a lot of people who are birds in this?
There's a lot of bird people, Michael. A lot of bird people. Yeah.
So, first of all, how many lying blue herons out of 10 do you give it?
I'm not gonna lie. I was a little confused at points, and I felt like the plot was a little bit rushed. Probably about a 7.5 and 8.
Okay.
It looks great, and it's one that
visually
it's one you
it's
can
a 10.
take your kids to. It's one that you can enjoy with anybody. It was funny. It had heart. It had feeling. That's the big 3, I think.
Martin, what'd you put away? You said you put away something new last night.
I did. I was going to talk about Iron Claw, but I'm like, I don't want to talk about suicide.
Yeah, I need dopamine today.
I want to be happy. Talking about musical.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's bring this to a fucking halt.
So I watched something last night, which was great. It's called The Brother's Son. It's a new Netflix show. It stars Michelle Yeoh. She plays like a mom. I'll just give you like the basic premise of the story. So there are these two brothers, and when they were very, very young, when they were still kids, one parent took one of the kids all the way to Los Angeles, and the other one stayed in Taipei, Taiwan, with the other son. So the dad stayed with his son in Taipei, Taiwan, but the dad is one of the heads of like the most powerful Asian Chinese triads, gangsters, basically the families. So his son that stayed with him becomes part of that lifestyle, and becomes born to be taking over when his father passes to be that lifestyle.
He's gonna hold the mantle.
So basically, what happens is like this: there's an assassination attempt.
Always is.
On the older son and the father. So the father is worried about the mom and the other brother, so he tells him to check on them. So it's this story of him going to Los Angeles
to make sure they're all right.
Yeah, to make sure they're all right. But the other brother who stayed with the mom has no idea about the triads.
Yeah.
Nothing. He's studying to become a doctor in college. That's what he's starting to do. And the mom is a nurse, and he has no idea. He thinks his brother is studying penguins in Antarctica, and the dad is a gambler. That's what.
Who plays? Who else
I
is in it?
can't remember who the kids that played. I don't recognize them.
Let me do some. Keep
but
going. I'll do some.
It's
quick.
Michelle Yeoh, you said, right?
Michelle Yeoh plays the mom, and
Okay.
she's great. Like she plays like such an Asian mom, because like the son comes in to the house where the mom and the other brother are staying, and like there's someone there trying to kill him already. So he kills them, and you see the mom walk in, and she sees the dead body, and she's just like, okay, well, have you eaten yet? You know, like being a mom. Like the mom's a gangster, but she's being a mom. Like, oh, have you eaten yet? No, okay, let me make you some noodles. So she starts like, get the green onions, and then like, wait, get the good knife, and he's like washing blood
Off the good knife.
kitchen knife.
Okay, it
And
has.
she like starts chopping to make him beef noodle soup.
Who's it got in it, Jimmy?
It's got Justin Chin from. He was in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, okay,
He was in
yeah.
Fast 9.
Yeah.
And Those Who Wish Me Dead.
That's the Angelina Jolie movie, Those Who Wish Me Dead.
Yeah, I'm not recognizing a lot of other actors.
I think
in
Yeoh
it.
is the big name in it.
Yeah. Well, she always
She's the
is.
big name.
She always is.
She fuck you up. I
But
loved
she's
it. The
great
Oscar.
at it. Like I said, she plays like an Asian mom, but has a gangster past. Because she's like,
She's
in
hardcore.
the first episode, they have to dispose of a body, and the mom's basically drilling holes in the body to drain the blood from it.
I
And
thought
the
it
other
was
son's like,
to make
what's
it sick.
going on?
Yeah.
Who has no idea. He's just in school.
Okay.
So yeah, he has no idea about the lifestyle. So I think it's the story of like kind of exposing his world to the his original family's family business, quote
Right.
unquote.
But
then also the son who's from the gangster world into something maybe more, like, because he likes the other son who's a gangster loves to bake. Like the opening scene is him baking a cake, and then these people try to assassinate him, and he ends up burning the cake because he took too long to kill them.
okay, so this
And
is
he's
like
just pissed off about it.
What kind of cake?
I don't know. I fucking don't know. It looks like it had like these strawberries and icing on it. And
Was it a
like
strawberry
vanilla
shortcake?
Cake. I don't know. It's probably a strawberry shortcake maybe.
That sounds nice.
It was good.
No, well,
Looked good.
I do have this sounds like an Odd Couple dark comedy. Would that?
Yeah, that's an Odd Couple comedy. And the action sequences are amazing. Like they're fucking good.
It's got some
like,
money,
There's
it's
some
got
really good
budget.
fight scenes in the first episode that you'll enjoy. So I mean, yeah, great action comedy. Some good comedic scenes as well. Like the son who lives in LA is an Uber driver, and their family is fucking rich. Like it basically when the guy is about to come to LA, they're in like their fortress or whatever. All you see is just stacks of money, like money going through the counters and stuff like that, and guns. And then fast forward to LA, the kid's driving like an Uber driver. He's like doing Uber, like that's what he does, and like the family's loaded. But yeah, they all kept it from him to keep him safe, keep him out of that world. But it's like the worlds colliding sort of thing. So I'm only on episode 2, halfway through it. I like it so far. I'm hooked. So I think I'm gonna enjoy it. Watching the rest of it.
Is this a Netflix?
Yeah.
Netflix, yes, on Netflix.
Yeah, just popped up in the last like 24, 48 hours. Like there's a
Yeah, I
ton
think
of
it just
stuff
came
in
out yesterday or the day
Yeah.
before.
So how many drilled holes in a dead body do you give it out of 10?
So far, like I said, I'm hooked. Probably 8.5 drilled holes.
Right on. We'll have to
Sweet.
revisit it once you get to the finale.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes,
come back with
for
a
sure.
full review at the end. What the fuck did I watch this
What'd you
week?
watch this week, Michael?
Well, we watched like a ton over the break.
Yeah, us too.
The one that like I enjoyed the most, and just me and you went to go see it, was
We
Poor
did.
Things.
It was lovely.
It's I will not try to attempt to say. Can you bring up the pronunciation of the director's name? Yorgos Lanthimos or Egos?
I think you
Lanthimos?
just did a better job than I could ever do.
Okay, perfect. We'll go with that. Sorry, but it is like it's Frankenstein on speed. Is essentially how you could describe it to somebody. It's a reverse Frankenstein. We have a weird doctor, which is Willem Dafoe, who was medically tortured.
Mutilated by his father.
Yeah.
Who said he was a scientist. But
Basically, was a mad doctor.
he just seemed like a sadist.
This doctor finds this woman who commits suicide, who's pregnant, and he's
Takes
like,
the infant brain.
well, yeah, he's kind of that doctor. Well, you have to understand that in the background of this movie is a chicken dog, half chicken, half dog.
Yes.
Right,
he's-
so very
he's made
Island
a
of Dr.
pigeon rat.
Moreau.
Yeah.
And very cute things, but
Oh, they're lovely.
it's an escapist, absurdist comedy. But what
You're
he
not
does,
supposed to take it too seriously.
not at all. But what he ends up doing is he takes the woman who commits suicide, which is Emma Stone's character, and he's like, well, I like to do these weird medical experiments, so I'm going to take the baby from the mother. I'm going to take the brain out of the baby, and I'm going to put it in the mother's brain because
New
she's
life.
dead, and I'm going to create new life. So what you end up watching is a 30-year-old, 1-year-old.
Yeah.
And Emma Stone's baby is the best baby. I think we agreed to.
She nailed it.
Like,
Just
she's going to win an award for this. If she doesn't, it will be a travesty. Mark Ruffalo has never been funnier as like the overconfident, like just a misogynistic rich prick lawyer who's trying to bed the 1-year-old, 30-year-old at the same time. Lots of fucking, lots of world traveling. It's her experience
but
of
it's
the
not
world.
the world that we're used to.
No, it was like a steampunk London.
Yeah.
And you don't really like there's technology, but it's not current day technology.
It's made up technology.
It really
A lot of top hats.
Lot of top
lot of big bow ties,
But lots of fucking.
tons. Well, because when she realizes, it's one of the best scenes when she realizes how to make Bella happy.
Yeah.
Is what she says, and like she does have broken English because she's a baby. You got to remember everything that happens is in a 30-year-old body with a 2-year-old's perspective. So she takes a yam and jams it up there and realizes it works, and then calls in the maid, and she's like, Bella,
I know
learn
why
how-
you're so mad all
I
the
know
time.
why you're so mad all the time.
I
And
can
then-
fix you.
and then grabs her vagina and starts to masturbate her, and she's like, no, Bella, that's not proper. She's like, why? Bella, make happy. Like, it's just absurd. It's cute. It's funny. But the themes in it, like there's socialism in it, there's feminism in it, there's all these things that she goes through in this era of a world that, you know, as you're laughing through it, you're like, oh, there are some smart points to it. Out of everything,
I didn't know Gerard Carmichael was going to be in it either.
he was so
great.
fun, right? And like he's the one who took her through, kind of like shepherded her up the mountain of pessimism and how to look at the world through a different set of eyes. And at the end of it all, I mean, I think we looked at each other like 37 some odd times. Like, what the fuck is happening? I like The Lobster. I like Killing of the Sacred Deer. I like the other stuff that he's done because it's just like if you're not gonna find a partner in The Lobster, you turn into your favorite.
These are
animal.
movies that you're supposed to go to the theater for.
You are, and you're supposed to let them take you
Yeah.
for a ride.
It's a real movie.
It's a movie, Harry. It's a
That's
fucking
right.
real movie. And the production design was amazing. It was just fun to look at. Like, if you go into this and you're like,
costumes, yeah.
if you call this movie out and say this isn't real, you're not you
didn't get it.
you didn't get it. Go
There's
for
a
the
man
ride.
behind that curtain.
Just go for the fucking ride. Let Emma Stone and Willem Dafoe and Mark Ruffalo take you on a fucking journey.
So funny too. It had no business being that funny, but truly hilarious.
My rating will be for the people who've seen it.
How many yams?
How many
M's?
furious jumps?
How many? Oh my God, that's what she calls sex. Martin, it's amazing. When she figures out how to have sex, she's like, can we furious jump again? like Ruffalo's like, I'm beaten. I need time to rest. And she's like, no, we must
How
go
many
again.
multiple Emma make happy times were you gonna give it?
I'm going to give it an 8.5. Like
Ooh.
he really, like, I mean, the guy who directed it again, Agos Morthos or whatever the fuck his hard to pronounce Greek name is, he came from the 2006 Olympics, the ones that were in Athens. he helped create the opening and closing ceremonies.
Oh, I see.
That's his basis of like where he really started to get to create.
Bizarre.
Very bizarre that you go from an Olympic opening ceremony to movies, but hey, whatever. So he's a guy who's like, let's fucking do this. Let's make some weird shit. Let's question people, but inside of it have actual things you can talk about.
Yeah.
Go see it in a
I'm
theater.
just putting on eye drops. Keep talking.
Yeah, no, dude.
You don't see Mark Ruffalo's hog, though.
You don't.
Little disappointed there.
You do
For how
s-
much nudity is in it, they could have shown some man hog.
I did think about that after. I was like, I commended the nudity because the nudity was natural, right?
Yeah.
She just doesn't care because her mind is so young that nudity is not a thing, right?
Exactly.
But not showing his penis after showing her full frontal.
you got to show some dong.
I was like, we're
Yeah.
a little off here. Like whoever the
Come on, Ruffalo.
yeah, show
Show the
There's full
buffalo.
frontal in it?
show the Hulk.
Show us the Hulk.
Anyways, you guys want to get into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Martin. What time is that?
Was I supposed to say something?
I think he's supposed to say debate time.
Yeah. That's
Debate time!
There it is. Roar.
At my signal, unleash hell.
Push it. Don't push it. I'll give you a war you won't believe.
Goldstein, give me a fat beat to beat my buddy's ass.
I know what kind of guy you are. I never would have agreed to work with you.
Are you gonna bark all day, little doggy? Or are you gonna fight? What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't catch you. Would you repeat it?
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time as we talked to you at the top of the show. This is the best musical debate. And as Jimmy and me and Martin will all preface, these are some of our favorite musicals. And we just decided to see which one of us.
Musicals.
Yeah.
But whichever one wins is the best of all time, and there's no arguing against that.
I 100% don't stand behind that. That being said, we've got 4 brackets for you with 2 picks each. Charles wanted to be here. Charles is can't sit up straight right now. He did something to his back, but he did send his picks in. So without further ado, let's get into our first bracket. It's Martin's going to be judging this one. Whoever's sitting out is going to be judging for it. So we've got to impress the big head in the room today for this round. I have got Moulin Rouge, which I was recently introduced to by Shauna, and Jimmy has Hamlet 2.
Yes.
Which is all kinds of amazing.
Which is described on Google as comedy musical. Listen, I'm going to get points based on meta because it's a musical
Jimmy, why
that
don't you
takes
go
place
first?
in a
do you want
comedy.
to go first?
I'm already going
okay,
first.
that's fine. I'm waiting. Keep going.
So Hamlet 2.
Michael still has to unravel his book of notes.
God damn it.
Bought a printer. I like printing things.
So Hamlet 2, if you haven't seen it, which you probably haven't, hapless high school theater teacher Dana Marsh, played by Steve Coogan, wonderfully played by Steve Coogan, writes a pretentious musical adaptation of Hollywood blockbusters for his indifferent students to perform. His home life is equally terrible, with his hostile and unhappy wife, played by Catherine Keener, another great one, having an affair with their lodger, David Arquette, whom we love. When Dana's latest brainstorm, a musical version of Hamlet that includes time travel and a visit from Jesus, threatens to get him fired, his students band together on his behalf. 62% on Rotten Tomatoes, pretty damn high for the kind of movie that this is. A lot of physical comedy. The songs in it are wonderful. I guess that's the most important thing here, right?
Yeah.
Let's get into the songs. So first, we get the meta points because it's a musical taking place inside of a movie.
I appreciated when you did that.
Incredible.
Yeah,
That's you know what I'm drawing from the deep bag here. I remember seeing this fucking movie on cable and I was like, this is the most amazing thing. Like when it came out, it was just so stupid, so impossibly dumb. I don't know. It's directed by Andrew Fleming. Has he done anything that you guys can think of?
I would love to tell you if I brought the iPad downstairs.
I don't recognize the name. And looking through his stuff, he did the Nancy Drew movie.
So it's safe to say that this is his big
Pièce de résistance.
Yeah, thank you.
Exactly. So
Italian I was looking for.
I wish he would do more things like this because it's just hilarious and so much fun. The songs in it are super memorable. Well, we won't even start with the big one. I'm going to save the big one for when this moves on to the next round because I'm not
okay.
worried about fucking Moulin Rouge. Okay. we'll just talk about possibly the second best song because that's how not worried I am about this. We'll talk about we're going to talk about Raped in the Face. We're going to talk about Raped in the Face.
What's it called?
It's called Raped in the Face.
Yeah.
Now, a shorter song, I think it touches on themes that people don't normally want to talk about. I think it made Elizabeth Shue laugh. And that's important. She is in it. This movie got her back into acting.
This was the one that the agents were like, have you seen Hamlet 2? She's amazing in it. Who's she in it again?
She plays herself.
That's right.
She plays herself. Yeah. She's the school nurse at this school because she's quit acting at this point.
That's funny.
Jimmy, where did you watch this?
I think the only place to watch it would be through... Oh, it's on Prime. It is on Prime. I think it might be...
Tubi, maybe too?
It's on Prime for sure, but I think you would have to pay $5.
On
American Prime? No, not a month.
Yeah, $5 a month.
$5 a month for this movie.
I'm like, Steve Coogan ends up playing a lot of the roles when they finally do the musical at the end of the movie.
I do remember that. Like he's Hamlet.
It's boundary driving. It makes people think. People walk out of it. Not everyone enjoys this, and that I think makes it a good musical.
Oh, when you want to leave and get your money back. I get
exactly.
it. Okay, fair enough.
When it's pissing off Christians, we're in.
All right. Well, let me retort to this. So, Moulin Rouge, by definition, is a musical. It's a big spectacle. It's a big production. It's silly. Moulin Rouge is more of a sex comedy than it is actually, like, it's a love story, right? And it's a love story of a writer who's going after a prostitute, essentially, in 1900 Paris. She's
a courtesan, lady of the evening.
Lady of the evening. All right, lady of the night. Yes, I do appreciate that.
No sex shaming here.
Yeah.
That's right, sex worker.
Sex positive. We're a sex positive show, Michael.
My lady of the evening, Satine. All right, played by Nicole Kidman.
My favorite kind of crackers.
Right. I've got the wrong
Saltine.
name.
Yeah.
No, saltine. Satine. And Christian.
Love him with soup.
Christian, played by the most beautiful man in Hollywood,
Ewan McGregor.
Okay.
Ewan.
He is.
First off, the reason I think it's one of the best musicals is because most musicals, you get original songs. This is a jukebox musical.
Do you think that makes it better that there's no original music?
Well, there is original music in it. Don't get me wrong, but it's actually there is no original music. It's either sung by the cast or it's sung by the people who actually recorded.
Oh yeah, that makes it better.
The reason it makes it better is for guys like me who don't really respond to musicals that well. If I know there's good tracks in it that I know that I'm going to sing along to, I'm going to be able to get that much more into it, right? So it's an approachable musical because it's got Elton John, it's got David Bowie, it's got Paul McCartney.
You can sing along to Rape It in the Face.
I know you can, but are they as beloved and known? Like how many put Rape in a Face on a room of 10 people? What, 2 people are going to sing and you're one of them?
They'll love it. It's boundary driving.
The story is a true musical story. It's about pining for love. It's the writer going after the courtesan. Martin, just want you to know I said that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He's well-versed.
Kidman is the epitome of a big, sexy performance. Her Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend performance is so much fun. John Leguizamo as the inappropriate midget. I mean, they could have given it to somebody else.
Little person.
Little person, thank you. The Duke, who is basically interfering with it all. That's where the sex comedy comes into play. That's where it gets fun.
Duke?
The Duke, because Ewan McGregor, he wants Nicole Kidman.
Can you Scottish that up a little bit?
The Duke?
Ewan McGregor?
Ewan McGregor.
There you
go. The love affair, the love triangle, I should say, between the two of them, basically the writing of the play inside the musical is a little meta to your point.
Wait, where's the triangle with 2 people?
He's just biting off of my point.
No. You just brought up one
Is there a third
I
party
already
involved, Michael, that's trying to stop the romance?
The triangle is the Duke wants to marry Satine. And,
okay.
Why is it called Moulin Rouge?
Because Moulin Rouge is the
hotel,
the bar where all these hedonistic and sexy times happen.
That's
where the
place
Babylon
in Paris,
parties
too.
happen.
Yeah, it's 1900 Paris, right?
Okay.
Like the very big sexual revolution going on there.
With the French?
Just to point out my triangle, though, it's the Duke going after Satine, and Christian's also in love with Satine, but they can't let the Duke know that they've got an affair going on behind. So between the three of them,
there's a love triangle.
When they first all meet,
that's just an affair.
Like
that's not a love. That's an affair.
Well, no, because she's not with either of them, right?
Oh, okay. Then no, that's not an affair.
Both men are pining for her.
She's playing the field.
She's playing. She's got
good for her.
She's got some pics. So I just think on its nose, the production value, the sing-songy aspect of it, it is way more of a musical than Hamlet 2. Even though a musical's happening in Hamlet 2, mine is actually a musical where musical breaks take place, where big songs happen. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? You really want to get in my face
I could write
now?
a musical if I didn't have to use any of my own songs.
But that's why it's more beloved than Hamlet 2. Because it has songs that pull people in from different generations.
Oh my god!
It's easier to
because you're
swallow.
Uncultured.
Anyways,
It's tough.
Martin, it's your turn.
It's tough because I've seen Moulin Rouge and I really like that musical. But I also agree with Jimmy, like it doesn't have any of its own original music.
It doesn't have to, though. That doesn't make a musical a musical. That just makes it a better musical if it has original music. It doesn't not.
I know, that's
make
what
it.
I mean. That's why I'm like, I'm
giving you points.
Because here's what I like about Moulin Rouge. I love the acting. Ewan McGregor is like one of my favorites. I love Nicole Kidman. And who didn't know that song with Christina Aguilera, Maya, fucking all
Got the
those
track
girls
list
doing
right here for my
Moulin
next
Rouge.
round if it
He
went.
printed out the track list.
I did. Christina Aguilera, Little Kim, Maya, and Pink for Lady Marmalade.
Yeah, that was a great song.
Hang on. Lady Marmalade with Christina Aguilera, Little Kim, and again, played twice in the musical. That's how good that song is. Sparkling Diamonds, Nicole Kidman, Rhythm of the Night, Valeria, Your Song,
Fine.
the Elton John.
Fine, I'm doing it. You don't have Rock Me Sexy Jesus. You don't have that. You don't. They never will.
I made him fire his second bullet.
Oh my God, this is tough. I gotta.
Steve
Martin,
Coogan
just remember
surfs up, dude.
that there is a big Moulin Rouge fan base in Vancouver, and I don't want them coming for you.
There's a huge Hamlet 2 fan base in Morden.
Okay, I'll give you like one sentence each person because it's hard. Like, you both did good. It's hard for me to pick. One sentence.
Okay.
Just one sentence. No runoffs. Just one sentence. Summarize it. What do you want to say? Go. One sentence. Jimmy, you start.
Rock Me Sexy Jesus. He died for our sins. You better believe us.
That's pretty good. Mike?
Unrequited love that...
Sing it. I want to hear you sing.
I know you don't mind. I know you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is. When you're in the world.
I can't not give it to Michael because he's singing right now.
Fuck yes! Give me Moulin Rouge!
That was nice.
Michael sang. Jimmy.
You want to sing Rock Me Sexy Jesus? You got that committed to me?
I will.
Because you know why I do? Because it's a popular song.
Oh my God. Yeah, we'll see how far that gets you.
Michael, if you sang the opening of Lady Marmalade. You go, hey, sister, go, sister. Better get that dough, sister. And I'm like, oh, Michael wins.
I already screwed up with Prostitute. I didn't want to step on a really good female power ballad.
Sorry, Jimmy, he sang. He sang, dude. What am I going to do?
That was my dark horse anyways. I don't care.
Jimmy, because you lost, you can judge the next round. If
Damn
you
right I
got some
can.
Power. So the next one, we're going to go what Charles has called in message first. And this is for the producers versus Little Shop of Horrors. Are you sure it's Little Shop of Horrors, Martin? I know you want to
go with Little Shop. Little Shop.
This is going to be a tough one. Is that Charles?
Debaters, what's up? First of all, gentlemen, I'm so sorry I can't be there in person. Due to an unforeseen, stupid medical situation.
He's hooked up to an iron lung.
I have to rest all weekend. I'm doing good. I just can't really do a lot of movement.
He's got crabs.
But anyways, let's get to why I am here virtually. The debate, musicals. All right, my first pick is the producers. Obviously, Mel Brooks, one of the greatest comedian geniuses of all time.
That's true.
I know the original one is from the 60s, but with Gene Wilder, which is definitely worth a watch. It's great. But the one I'm specifically referencing is 2005.
Lane Broderick.
The producers with Nathan Lane, Matthew Broderick, Will Ferrell, Uma Thurman. So that's the one that I'm looking at. Absolutely flawless musical. It's fucking hilarious. I mean, the whole premise. You have these two guys that are purposely trying to make... It's kind of like what they did with Batgirl. So imagine if they made a musical of that. They made this movie, put all this money in it, but they put more insurance than if it flops, they'd make money out of it. and it ends up being a fucking hit, obviously. Who wouldn't want to go see Springtime for Hitler?
I would. I'd see
if
that.
you got it.
Hey, you like
flaunt it,
Rock Me Baby
bloop,
Jesus.
shop,
Yeah,
blop,
that's
blop.
true.
Come on. They have so many good songs in this. It's such a funny play. There's so many good songs. So many great actors show up, actually, in the 2005 version. A lot of musical talent. Set pieces, costumes. I mean, so many good one-liners from it. So many good, segments. And, who doesn't want to see a musical about Nazis? So that's my first pick to producers. Springtime for Hitler.
He sang.
And Germany.
I think that you know what that means, Martin. You got to sing now.
I'm fucking singing for
You
sure.
set the standard, bud.
Charles makes a lot of excellent points there.
So I picked Little Shop of Horrors, the movie, directed. I don't know if you know this. Directed by Frank Oz.
I did know
Star
that.
Wars
actually.
Muppets.
Yeah.
Starring Rick Moranis, Ellen Green, Vincent Gardenia, Steve Martin, Levi Stubbs, James Belushi, John Candy, Christopher Guest, and Bill fucking Murray.
Hold on, James Belushi?
Yeah, the older.
Yeah, he was in it. I can't remember what
you
his
mean
part was,
Jim?
but he was in it.
That's got to be Jim.
Jim Belushi's the brother that's alive.
I've never heard anyone call him James Belushi. It's not according to James.
It's according to James.
James Belushi's the one that's alive. Remember, he's like the brother that's
According to
brother
Jim.
that's alive. He's
According
the
to
show.
Jim.
It was according to Jim.
Yeah, James. James Adam Belushi, his brother. What can I say about this? Great musical. Here's one of the things that I love about this. It's got Steve Martin as a villain. Like, when do you ever see that?
I don't think
the
you do.
jerk.
He's not a villain in The Jerk.
He's the main character in The Jerk. He's a protagonist.
He's an anti-hero. Yeah, I think you're right.
I think he doesn't do bad. He does.
No, he's great. He plays a dentist. A dentist who enjoys his job too much.
The biggest villains of all.
Yeah.
Who loves nitrous oxide.
I was just gonna say.
Who
like,
doesn't?
Yeah. We put a tank of that in the room.
What is not to like about that? He's got a motorcycle that just stops on its own when it gets off it. It's great. Like, he's great in it. Bill Murray too, as the patient who loves the dentist, going to the dentist too much. Like, that's a great scene. It's just a back and forth of like who's gonna win, and eventually Bill Murray wins because the sadist versus the masochist. Who wins? Eventually the masochist wins. That's the great scene all on its own. Yeah, and that song, "I'll Be Your Dentist." Like, who doesn't
That's a
love
good
that
song.
song? That's such a catchy tune.
It's what it is it's all of the funny things that go into Only Murders in the Building whenever they make like the last season was they were making a musical, and
It's a horror comedy, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Horror comedy musical.
Can you hear that, Jimmy? He's speaking
When
directly
has
to you.
that ever happened?
It's actually James.
James Belushi in a horror comedy musical.
I do love Rick Moranis.
He's such a nice person, and he's so good in this. Like, he's the guy who's down and out in his luck, wants the girl, can't get the girl because he's a fucking nerd,
and then
but
needs a
eventually
plant to
gets the
tell him how
girl
to
to
run
like
his
picket
life.
fence because he chops up the bully into little pieces and feeds it to his plant.
The system works.
Yeah.
The system works. Actually, the bully killed himself, so he didn't really murder anybody. He just defiled the corpse, so it's not that bad of a charge.
That's true. Like Ed Gein.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great comparison. Jimmy.
James Skinner.
James Skinner.
A lot of good
I'll be
songs.
your dentist.
A lot of good songs. I love Suddenly Seymour.
This is a tough one.
Zoe and I got to see this off Broadway.
Really?
In New
It's
York
good,
when
isn't
we
it?
went. It was fantastic.
Have you seen the movie, Jimmy?
Yeah, I love the movie.
Yeah, the movie's great. I mean, are you gonna pick Rick Moranis or Nazis, Jimmy?
Wow, he's making it very hard for you to pick now.
I mean, I don't know if you know this,
He's
but
put you in
Winnipeg
an
has a
anti-Semitic
big
corner.
anti-Nazi community.
He's made it
I
very.
think the world does, actually, Jimmy.
Oh my God.
Frank Oz, eh?
Guilt. You're like a mother-in-law, Martin.
Because I'm in a battle with myself. Where is it going to be Mel Brooks or is it going to be Frank Oz? And I'm kind of.
That's a tough one because it's two great comedy minds.
Also, comedy horror, Jimmy. Comedy horror.
You're right.
touching on your little horror.
Why don't you play Charles's video again?
you need it? You need it for homework?
Let's go. I think Martin's right. I think I got to go Little Shop.
All right, there you go. Sorry. Thanks for the call in there, Charles, and we hope you feel better.
He might be
Thank
back.
you, Jimmy.
There it is. Little Shop of Horrors. Go to Martin.
You just got to beat Michael in the next round.
Well, you know what? I got original music, Jimmy.
Well, it's actually...
If Charles is go on to the next round, we're just going to play the video, right?
Yeah, exactly. We're just going to keep playing the video over and over and over again. Because he didn't... I was like, make one video, Charles, not 3. Not 4, just 1. So next round, third round, is another Charles phone-in. We've got...
South Park, bigger, longer, uncut.
Exactly. Versus me with one of the best rock musicals ever, Blues Brothers, which was your almost pick. And I was like, no, I cannot. I was going to be Across the Universe and Moulin Rouge. But I was like, no, I can't. I can't ignore Baby Close.
So do you want to go first then?
I kind of want to go first.
Okay, go first.
So, all right. Can I just speak to the room here?
You mean me?
Well, the studio, the people in the show.
Who's judging? Who's judging?
You.
Yeah, you.
I am? Okay.
Yeah. So, is there another musical that had cocaine in the budget?
All of them.
No.
All of them.
It is a proven fact.
The 80s had
It is a
cocaine in the
proven
budget,
fact.
Jimmy.
The reason why Blues Brothers is so good is because cocaine was in the budget. Because it was absurd, ridiculous.
You're telling me Rick Moranis wasn't on that booger sugar?
Oh, I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm just saying this one is known for in the rider in the budget.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
They actually asked for cocaine. So as soon as you allow guys to like go down the rabbit hole of drugs and shooting a movie, you really do allow for anything to happen, which is the creativity, the music. I just want to talk about the cameos.
He's got another sheet.
I have so many sheets for you today. But this
Did you hear them flipping through them?
Can you see them, everybody? They're
He's
right
got a
here.
binder.
All right. The cameo aspect.
He has a Trapper Keeper.
What other musicals bring in as many cameos as the Blues Brothers have? Not just cameos of other people, but cameos of musicians to play. For example, okay, we've got Steve Lawrence as Maurice Sline, the agent who booked the Blues Brothers before Jake Slight. Twiggy as the woman who flirts with Elwood in the gas station. Frank Oz as the corrections officer. Charles Napier as Tucker McElroy. Winnebago driver and lead singer for the Good Old Boys. Steven Spielberg is the Cook County assessor. Joe Walsh from the Eagles. Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman is the waiter. The California Community Choir. On top of that, Ray Charles, Aretha Franklin, James Brown, Cab Calloway, John Lee Hooker, and Carrie Fisher round off the cameos. Carrie Fisher can sing. Ray Charles does a performance. Aretha Franklin does a performance.
Carrie Fisher also on that Booger Sugar.
Oh, yeah, on that Booger Sugar full show. Galaxy far, far away up her nose.
Respect. That's my princess right there.
What I'm getting to in this round is that in musicals you have people who perform and sing. You never get the actual performers being cast members in it, which makes it that much more fun because you've got Jake and Elwood, right? Or is it Jim? No, it's Jake. And what you have
is Jane Belushi in this one?
is as idiotic as they are, they're musically talented. So watching these two Saturday Night Live characters actually get to perform,
it's pretty cool,
and jam out is a lot of fun. And since Nazis are the theme of the day, these guys go after Nazis in this one. There's a big car chase full of Nazis, and the Nazis lose Charles. I know you can't hear me, Charles, but I'm not sponsoring Nazis, Charles. Anyways, I concede the rest of this round. We'll let Charles speak out, but I just want to say, musically, we'll talk about why those musical performances make it in the next one when this wins. But
oh wow,
we'll hand this one over.
Very
to Charles
confident.
Okay, my next pick is the South Park movie, the original first South Park movie. I think it's called South Park Bigger, Larger, and Uncut.
Circumcision joke.
It's a fucking musical. You goddamn right it is. And to prove it, one of my favorite songs in the movie, Blame Canada, was nominated for an Oscar for Best Original Song.
Shit.
Yeah. And the creators went to the Oscars high on acid.
Yeah, they did.
Dressed in the best dressed from the previous year. Anyways, it's an amazing clip. Check it out. But let's get back to it. South Park, Bigger, Larger, and Uncut. It's a masterpiece. I mean, you have the same driving creative force that did Book of Mormon, which is another phenomenal musical.
Conflation.
He's got you, bro.
But yeah, they made original songs. I love
Remember
the
that,
whole
Martin.
like,
They're
Canadian
not the same.
Bacon kind of premise. The fact that America is going to go to war with Canada over something like Terrence and Phillip. Oh my God, it's so stupid and funny. But yeah, you have Uncle Fucker,
Great song.
which, I mean, iconic on its own. You got to find the clitoris, which, I mean, everybody needs to do, and really it would help if everybody found it. Oh God. Oh, Saddam has his own, like, Saddam has a fucking song in it that's hilarious. Satan, of course, has a great song in it. Cartman has one of my favorite songs. It's all about how Kyle's mom is a big fat bitch, is the biggest bitch in the whole world. Biggest bitch is the biggest bitch. Yeah, it's a great one. Bitch, 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 bitch. You're a fucking bitch, bitch. Uncle Fucker. Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. You're a lying old cheap Uncle Fucker. I don't know. You don't eat or sleep or mow the lawn. Just fuck your uncle all day long. There it is. And yeah, blame Canada. I mean, I love. It's so
Michael
funny watching
furiously
South Park because,
flipping through his notes.
Yeah, the villain is Canada, and it's
Waiting for the
hilarious.
rebuttal.
And then that whole song, "Blame Canada," is. I mean, was nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, you
so
can't. How do you compete with that?
But yeah,
I
those
can.
are my picks, boys.
He thinks he can.
Do what you will with them. Obviously, I know they won, so I expect a video message back of you guys declaring Charles supremacy with musicals. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm high. I love you
Charles'
guys.
white supremacy.
Good luck with the rest of the debate, and I will be there in person for the next one. Ow!
Ow!
Okay, I know the Oscar thing.
Well,
is
hold
in there.
on, because he doesn't get to defend
whoa,
himself.
that's it, Michael.
Hey, whoa! You gave us a
That's
sentence.
it.
You gave me.
had yours. That was Charles.
He was having trouble deciding who to pick.
You know how many Emmys I have, not Emmys, fucking Grammys I have between my musical cast.
People wipe their ass with Grammys.
Cultural phenomenon. All right,
Uh-huh.
okay. Here's what I'm going to say. When they made the Blues Brothers, John Belushi was considered America's
It killed
favorite house guest.
It killed him.
Have you heard this story?
No.
When they were making the Blues Brothers, there's one of the chase scenes. They couldn't find John. They found him down the street in someone's house. He had walked into the house because he was so fucked up, made himself a bologna sandwich, and fell asleep on the couch.
Oh.
The people who lived in the house came downstairs.
Saw John Belushi.
Saw John Belushi, woke him up, sent him back to the production. He walks in, goes on set, does his performance. Okay? That alone in an animation studio where you have multiple takes and multiple tries. This is big budget, action-packed musical, fun filmmaking.
It
that
killed
the Blues Brothers
Jim
is.
Belushi.
It killed John Belushi. It launched so many careers as well too. If you just
I don't know. The best song in it is the theme from Rawhide. How do you?
You don't like Shake a Tail Feather when they do Ray Charles's bit? Like, and
No,
like,
they're all fine. It's just not as good as theme from Rawhide.
if he's gonna mention Big Fat Bitch and Uncle Fucker, then like I get to talk about like what music do you play?
You had your chance.
Hey, listen.
That's not fair to rebuttal, Mike. I got to give it to Blame Canada because he sang just like you did. He sang.
Not today, brother. And give him a score of 100.
All right,
110%.
Considering I haven't judged around yet, and I want some control over
It's your
you fuckers,
turn.
it's my turn to hold court. We've got number 7 and number 2. We got the Muppets versus Les Mis with Martin.
You're going down, brother.
I want Jimmy to go first.
Okay. So if you're confused, this is the 2011 Muppets with Jason Segel.
Thanks, cleared it up.
Yeah, just needed to fill that in. I mean, man, I'll just dive right into the songs. The songs in this Muppet movie are fantastic. I'll start off with the best one. Man or Muppet is fucking fantastic. Am I a man
It's like
or am I a Muppet?
It's like the original I'm Just Ken.
It slaps. And he's having a true crisis because Jason Segel is wondering, am I really even a man? I can't. My wife hates me. My brother hates me. Like, am I even a man, really?
Should I just be a Muppet?
And his Muppet brother is trying to figure out, well, am I even a Muppet anymore? Am I as funny as the rest of these guys? Can I even hang with the Muppets?
Yeah.
Existential crisis in a Muppet movie. Oh, my God. I don't know how many times I sing Me Party by myself when Amy Adams is at a restaurant by herself and she sings about how she's having a me party. I do that every single time I go to a movie or out to eat by myself. I talk about how I'm having a me party today. Cultural relevance.
Sure, yeah.
And also, oh my God, when they just Since you like this so much, Michael, they do one not original song where they do that we built this city, and it's the Muppets. And it's the Muppets. And it's their cleanup montage when they're cleaning up the theater to get the group ready for their next performance. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, being able to perform a musical,
original songs and unoriginal songs, which you seem to love so much with your Moulin Rouge.
I do, because that's how I was introduced to musicals. Was like, I didn't know
it's
you could.
Cheap.
I didn't know
it's cheap.
It's sure okay. It's a little lowbrow, right? It's a little low hanging fruit, but it gets me into a theater where then I go and I want to appreciate more things. Like,
well, then you should love this.
I haven't seen all of it. I mean, I know how Jason Segel works with Muppets. I think
he can sing.
One of the best people.
I'll tell you, he sings better than fucking Russell Crowe. I'll tell you that much.
I just have to give you a point for being able to. First of all, putting on a musical is already tough enough, but doing it with puppets,
Muppets, Michael.
Well, Muppets. All right, fucking. Muppets.
You're being racist.
Truther. What about the French, Martin? What do the French have to say about this?
I am not Russell Crowe.
I'm just gonna blurt out the cast here.
Okay.
This all-star cast. You got Hugh Jackman, which I think this probably one of his best roles.
Yeah.
Russell Crowe, Anne Hathaway. I think she was nominated for an Oscar for this one.
I believe
Amanda
she won
Seyfried,
for
Eddie
it,
Redmayne, Helena Bonham Carter, and Sacha Baron Cohen.
That's too many names.
Look at that.
6 names
Look
for
at
2
that
people.
all-star cast.
They could have a
there.
whole other person.
Yeah.
Let's go into. And you know what? I don't care if you like covers, Michael. All original music. Original
Andrew
music.
Lloyd Webber. Yeah.
And some of the most memorable music of all time.
Yeah, but you have to listen to Russell Crowe sing it.
You do.
I Dreamed a Dream. Like, everyone knows that one.
Yep.
Fucking Master of the House.
Yep.
Master of Puppets.
Even if it's so well known, they reference it in Seinfeld.
Les Mis has bridged gaps. Les Mis has been done on lots of cartoons and lots of animation.
It's won all the musical awards.
It has.
When it was out on Broadway. Like, I mean, it's great.
Jean Valjean.
Sacha Baron Cohen and Helena Bonham Carter doing Master of the House. I mean, what a catchy tune. Master of the House, is it worth me spit? Comforter, philosopher, and lifelong shit. Cunning little brain, regular levitaire. Think he's quite a lover, but there's not much there. And I did it in a fucking accent, Michael.
Who sings that one?
That was Helena Bonham Carter sings that line.
Beautiful.
Talking about Sacha Baron Cohen.
Are you done? You want some more time?
Do I need more time? I could go all day with this thing. I've seen this. I saw the original Broadway production when it was out with my mom. She was the one who first introduced me to this.
Yep.
And I saw the movie. So I'm a big fan of this. I mean, it's a Victor Hugo classic. Like, the story is great. Like, a story about a man who steals a loaf of bread to feed his starving family and is sentenced to a lifetime in prison. Like, should he have been?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of human themes in it. There's a lot of, like, dual realities in it with what we go through.
Mine has 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. And that isn't a lie.
Okay, Citizen Kane.
It's real.
It's no Paddington, though.
It's not Paddington 2, but what is?
Fozzie's no Paddington is all we're saying.
He's almost there. Waka Waka indeed.
Okay. Well, I love Muppets, and I think Muppets are
yeah, you can stop there.
True brilliance of
Muppets
comedy.
are moving on. Let's go.
Yeah, you said that. But as one who came forward with Moulin Rouge and likes a big production design and something that can travel and be a show, because Moulin Rouge is a musical that travels, the Muppets have to stay in Universal Studios.
No,
like,
they travel. They tour.
Yeah, okay.
They took Manhattan.
And then went back home.
What do you want, man? They go from New York to Los Angeles.
Yeah, but they don't stop.
They drove.
I know, but like a road. Anyway,
you know why it's called Les Miserables? Because that's how I felt watching it.
And it's so much. It's what it's supposed to do. It's like Iron Claw. It's not supposed to be uplifting. It's
the Muppets is.
I know the Muppets is. The Muppets is for sure. But at the same time, you are picking a classic top 5. Earning Tony Award winning musical.
Gonzo is a better singer than Bald Anne Hathaway.
But it's
there. I said it.
Wow, converting. That's a lot. I
don't know how she sings with hair. I don't.
You are sitting next to my Muppet. It is on camera right now.
And he's giving you quite a cunty look.
I know he is. He's saying I should pick Muppets, but I'm going
He's like, really?
I'm going to give
really,
it,
Michael?
I'm going to give it to Martin.
Can you believe
keep
this shit? He's It's like, fucking really?
I love sticking my hand up something else and pretending to be another person. I think it's really fun. I think it's really cute. I bought one for my boss at work. Like I grew mana. Like every time you bring up a Muppet, I love it. We should make a movie that we really like into a Muppet version.
Yeah, pandering.
But I'm sorry. My heart of hearts, my musical theater training, my upbringing, my love of Jesus Christ Superstar and
oh,
Miss
but you
Saigon
don't love
and-
Rock Me Sexy Jesus.
but it's not.
I've got him. I got him there. I got him in a corner.
Very true.
Put Les Miserables. I don't care. I get to judge the rest.
I get to fuck you all. Okay. All right. Into
I'm
the
out.
semifinals we go. So I'm back up with Moulin
You guys always
Rouge.
fuck me at these.
Yeah. Well, hey.
Littlest Hobo should have won Best Dog.
Still hanging on to that. Still can't
Stifler's
let
mom
that
was
go.
the best
Do
mom.
we need to talk about this after the show?
No, I'm fine.
Stifler's mom's got it going on.
Jimmy, you won the last debate.
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. I did.
Yeah.
I am
You
the
won the last
greatest.
debate.
Don't be so greedy.
Calm down.
That's for the Lord.
Dap. Okay, who do you want to go first? You want Martin or me? We got Little Shop of Horrors versus Moulin Rouge. So true musical versus true musical. Traveling and movie.
Let's go with Michael.
Okay. So
Second round.
As much as I love a good funny musical,
It seems like you don't, Michael.
No, but the things that I like about musicals are the over the top drama.
Martin's freaking out.
and the pining for love, the unrequited love. But mine has such a heartbreaking story at the end that grabs you and is universal. If you remember, Satine gets sick, and we start the movie, we start the musical by a story that has already happened. And
He's
then,
doing T-pose.
Why is he doing? Oh, is he?
I'm stretching. I'm stretching.
Oh.
I gotta limber up for this argument.
Oh my god, he's a fucking warrior.
Yeah, I'd be afraid.
Zombie
Anyways,
rule,
if you remember what happens in the end, James, Satine gets sick and dies. So this whole entire journey that you go through, as funny as it is in certain scenes, like there's over the top sexy moments. There's Ewan McGregor crawling around under her skirt.
Do you see his hog?
Nobody's hog is shown in this. Stop wanting hog.
That loses points.
I'm sorry I didn't pick a full frontal.
There's
sorry.
hog in Little Shop.
I'm sorry I didn't pick the Penis of the Puppetry musical for you. But what it is it's fun and it's a journey, but it's a relatable journey. As much as I love a giant plant eating people that you have to feed in the
How
back.
exactly do you relate to 1899 France?
I don't relate to 1899 France, but I relate to the fact that there is one true love, and that when you lose that
nice.
one true love, sometimes it can absolutely shatter you. And the performance within the play of their love happening through different sequences and different scenes. First they fall in love, then he loses her, then they fall out of love, and then she realizes she made the wrong choice.
And then he grew that rat tail braid.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm a huge fan of that journey of the guy chasing the girl and the writing. Like I wrote as a kid. I would write poems. I would write
No,
poetry.
I get that. I feel that way about team assembly movies.
Right, where
those make me cry.
Watching the team get assembled and then work together
to solve the problem.
And everybody's rooting for Christian in this. Like he's got like John Leguizamo's inappropriate little person character.
His arms are the same length.
Exactly. Like you'd think that thered be something that would have been changed in CGI, but it just
They gave him the arms
relatable.
of the bad guy that falls out of the window in RoboCop.
It's heartfelt. Musicals are supposed to be a little over the top, and everything is over the top in this, including the love, including.
Oh, it's not a little over the top.
It's a lot over the top.
It's Boz.
It's like what is it?
It's Boz to the wall.
It is Boz. You're right. But yeah, I think in true musical fashion, you've got this 3-act world. You've got someone who's trying to change their life, who sings their heart out through it, and then finally gets what they're looking for, only to lose it in the end. Just has a little bit more to do with the genre than Little Shop of Horrors.
Okay.
As great as Little Shop of Horrors is.
The sweat drips down my Boz.
Are you limber? You good over there?
I'm limber.
Okay.
All right.
Just, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Are you done?
You done?
That's the ultimate debate confidence. Are you
fucking-
done?
Are you fucking done?
Is this over?
Mic drop.
All right, here we go.
The end of 8 Mile.
I'm just gonna read a little something here
Okay.
for you, Jimmy.
Oh, he's gonna.
When I was younger, just a little bad kid, my mama noticed all the funny things I did, like shooting puppies with a BB gun. I poisoned guppies, and when I was done, that's what my mama said. What did she say? She said, my boy, someday I think you'll find a way to make your tendencies pay. You'll be a dentist. You have a talent for causing people pain.
Just.
I mean, come on. Little Shop of Horrors, Jimmy. You know it. I know it. We all know it. Steve Martin.
I think
Rick Moranis,
Martin has a dentistry.
All original music. What more do you want? And Rick Moranis chopping up a body in one of the scenes. Chopping up a body.
You've heard
the
this
least
before.
likely person
You
to
heard
chop
this
up a
the
body
first
ever.
But I didn't like yours the first time.
That's a big. Okay, all right, fair enough.
Right, Jimmy?
I truly,
chopping up a
truly
body.
the no original music thing kind of gets me.
Ah,
I don't not think.
why do
it's
you
a,
need it to be composed?
It's not a musical. It just
And the,
like
and the
Lin-Manuel
giant
Miranda was
animatronic
alive.
plant, Jimmy. Animatronic plant. That was no CGI plant. That's
No,
not a
it wasn't.
CGI plant. That's a Frank Oz plant, dude. That's Frank Oz.
I think he's planting the plant to win.
I loved his prison TV show.
Yes, Oz was great. There's a lot of that made me never want to go to jail ever. I thought jail was just a fun place where you get to hang out with your boys.
Oh, you think I can go to jail with my last name, Martin? That can't happen. They aren't going to accept that it's a last name. They aren't going to listen.
I got softer skin than you. They're gonna eat me alive.
But you can
I'll
fight.
use this currency.
But you know how to fight.
So I mean,
even then, still, I can't fight like 20 dudes coming at me.
His fists are so soft.
I love this. I love this make-believe prison fight we're in. But who do you think?
It's Little Shop. It's Little Shop. It's
Like,
original
you
music.
say that
it's
like
hilarious.
you're throwing a knife directly into my heart.
I am.
Dentist. He's got a talent for
I am trying to
voting
hurt your
for me.
feelings.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not. Fuck Moulin Rouge.
You know what I'm looking forward to? Charles arguing the same thing over again.
Stop trying to check yours. He hovered over his own check.
I just missed it by a hair. Okay, so Charles has moved on, and that first argument was fantastic. And Les Mis has also moved on, and Jimmy got to vote for the last one. So
I think it's up to you.
I think it's up to me. I've been eliminated, so.
We know the reasons Charles said. I mean, it's Blame Canada. It was nominated for an Oscar. Did it win? It couldn't have won.
It wouldn't have won.
no
There's no
way.
way.
It didn't
But
win.
to his point, South Park
Had no business.
had no business
Yeah.
trying to do this, and I think that's what makes it so fun. And it is original songs, and it's written by
Two guys.
Jay Stowe and Matt Parker
have never deviated from what they're good at. And they did it when they did that. They did it. They've done it every day since.
Is Team America World Police a musical?
Well, they sing it.
I don't think there was a no. I don't
Fuck
think so.
yeah,
it was just a
America,
puppet movie.
right? Isn't that in it?
America.
There is,
Fuck
but
yeah,
it was a
that's it.
puppet movie.
Yeah,
Okay, fine.
you should know.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, it also being satirical. Like never everything else we're arguing is all like doesn't comment on society. It doesn't comment on North America, Western values, all that stuff.
Well, Les Miserables kind of.
Well,
Les
no,
Miserables for sure does, bro.
Yeah,
does. Maybe a little.
Touche. I give you some French for that. But yeah, and I mean, just the Les Mis is still in the fabric of musicals. It never will
But
be.
there's
like,
no circumcision jokes in Les Mis.
no.
So
There
am I
isn't.
talking about my own thing or no?
Yeah.
You guys can argue for me if you want.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna stretch again. Okay, Martin, you go. I think we can't say
Well, I
anything more
mean,
than we already
we
said.
all know how Jimmy feels about the French.
The Miserable.
But watch Les Mis, and you gotta give it to the French. They were the first people to say "fuck you" to the 1%. If it wasn't for them, we would still probably have monarchies right now.
We still do.
Yeah,
But I mean,
not
We're
here.
part of a commonwealth.
monarchies that actually rule the country.
We
Like,
swear
you know what I mean? Like, we
allegiance
have
to that
there's-
woman.
When she
fake
comes here, we
monarchies
have
with just whatever, but-
parades.
Yeah.
Like we literally got rid of monarchies, and they were the original people who said "fuck you" to the 1%. And this play captures that time perfectly.
Michael loved Napoleon.
And you know what?
I was confused by it.
There was no French in this one whatsoever.
Why do they do that? Why do they keep basing
French.
movies in France?
They got two Australians. They got an American. They got two women, Sacha Baron and Helena Bonham, both from England. Like nobody's French in that movie. I bet you the only French people are the fucking grips. Like, no, where they shot it.
The
is where
original
the
book of Victor Hugo was in French, so this was like an adaptation from that original book,
right?
right? So
that's what they said.
That's what it was.
You know,
Creative license.
I don't know if Russell Crowe had any business singing. You know, not that the South Park.
But we got to
guys-
give it to my boy Hugh Jack. Hugh Jack.
Yeah, he did better than I
He followed
thought
up
he
with
would.
The Greatest Showman too, and still.
And I know,
proved that he had it.
Gonzo's a good singer, Jimmy, but Anne Hathaway, come on now.
Yeah, if you're gonna compare the two.
Come on. I know Gonzo is good, but Anne Hathaway's pretty good. Pretty good.
She's no Miss Piggy.
I have to say for Martin, like where that I think is where Anne Hathaway started to really blossom and.
But did she get Batman right after that, or was it before? When she was Catwoman.
After. It was after.
After, right? She got hit Catwoman.
But what I'm
right
saying
after that.
is her star started to shine brighter after.
I thought she was a star before that.
She took a bit of a break before that, didn't she? Like I remember
didn't
she
she go to
was
school?
big in like the maybe early 2000s or something. 90. I can't remember. When she was
Princess
younger, she was
Diaries is
big, and
what
then she took a
she did, I
break,
think.
and then she
Yeah.
came back with Batman and Les Mis. That's when
Yeah.
she started like getting bigger roles and stuff like that.
Well, and then
Okay.
doing not No Country.
and Devil Wears Prada, I think too.
D Where's P?
I can't.
Yeah,
quote
she was
you.
in Devil. right?
The gay cowboy movie.
Point up for grabs. Brokeback?
Thank you.
Okay.
She was
BB
one of
Mountain.
Yeah, Brokeback Mountain. She
That's
was
what
one
happened
of
to
the-
Charles.
Yeah. There's a point up for grab there somewhere.
Except he wasn't going up a mountain; he was getting something from the cupboards.
Okay,
the
so
high
what
cupboards.
do I do? What do I do here? Do I go with something that pokes the bear, or do I go with something that was the first person to poke the bear with the one percenters? Right, like
The original, baby. The original Poke the Bear.
That's tough, man. That story of
Up to you, Mike.
That story of Matt Stone and Trey Parker going to the Oscars in dresses on acid. And anytime someone would ask them about the dresses, they would say, well, it's just a beautiful night. Everyone looks so wonderful, and we're just happy to be a part of it.
okay, that solidified my vote. No, it didn't. I'm just kidding. That's why I love those guys, though.
That's the part of the musical.
I'm sorry, but as much as Little Shop of Horrors is a musical in all of its rights, Les Mis also has to be there. Now, here is the problem.
That's a Martin v. Martin battle.
That's a Martin v. Martin battle.
We did this again.
I'm not even going to argue. You guys can pick which one you want to win.
Well,
I don't know.
that's what we did last time, so
It
we're
is
going
just
to do
the
it
finals.
again.
I think every point has been made.
Yeah, every point has been made. So it's
I
going to
mean,
be...
man, for me, it's Little Shop. Like, it's not even... I don't even think it's close. Everybody in Little Shop can sing.
It's true, and they all do come from a musical theater background. Like
The comedy is there. Making a musical that isn't funny just feels wrong. It feels wrong.
It does. It makes
you know what? Les Mis is funny.
If they're
It's
so
fun. It has
miserable.
funny moments.
If they're
Because like
so-
Sacha Baron Cohen and Helena Blum characters, those are the funny
Yeah,
moments.
you're That's
They're
fair.
the, what do you call it? It does have its funny moments. It's
They're
not
the
a,
levity.
It's not a comedy per se, but it is not
Just
just
saying.
all dread and serious.
If
They
they're
do have
so
some funny
miserable,
moments
why
in
are
it.
they singing all the time?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want to belt out a tune when I'm going through a bout of depression.
But I love Little Shop too as well because it's Rick Moranis.
That's a big fucking
Big
mechanical plant.
And it is a sex. It's traveled
Frank Oz.
tons of
The
times.
plant sings.
And you saw it.
I did.
Well, the fact that it's a Frank Oz, it's an animatronic. It's not CG. That's an
It's
original
not.
like Frank Oz puppet.
It's got murder.
It's got suspense.
It's got laughter.
It's got dirty dentistry.
That's right. And Rick Moranis.
And I heart Steve Martin.
Yeah, me too.
And Rick Moranis.
Steve Harton.
We all know the guy left Hollywood to go take care of his family
Yeah.
because his wife got sick. Like, big heart.
And then someone punched him.
Yeah, who'd do that?
And I did say this before the show. I
Some
said,
monster.
like all of my musical upbringing doesn't come from fun musicals. The only one that really
Well, it looks
was
like you guys
fun-
are in a deadlock. Why don't you guys roll a dice to see who wins it?
No,
Or do rock, paper,
I'm just
scissors.
Well,
saying.
do you
like,
think it's Les Miserables?
I think it's Les Miserables for all of the traditional aspects of what Les Mis has done.
Can you
right?
call Charles and have him decide? Do you want me to call Charles?
You'd have to. I can't.
Okay.
I can't do it.
We
can
haven't
try
done
that.
this for a while.
We have not done this for a while.
we got to go for a voter call.
I like that.
Let's see if he answers. Hey Charles, we're in a deadlock in the in the bracket debate for best musical.
Oh my god, that's great.
So it unfortunately came down to Martin versus Martin. And we need you to decide between Little Shop of Horrors and Les Miserables.
It's Little Shop of Horrors easily.
You're my man. You're my man.
This was not how Phone a Friend was supposed to go.
I agree with you 100%. It's Michael going Les Miserables, so, that's vintage Michael.
Shut up. I can't talk on the phone.
I know, Michael's such a loser.
I was fighting for you, Martin. I was really fighting for you.
I mean, I see both of them. I'm okay with either pick.
We almost got South Park to the final. We were pretty close.
Oh man, that makes me happy though to know that it was there. How's it going? It sounds like it's going great.
It's been a nightmare.
Yeah, it's been horrible, man. We've been singing to each other.
It's been awful. Martin's gonna win.
Who won first debate of the year? Jimmy won last debate of the year.
That's awesome. I'm sorry I can't be there.
Well, thank you for your vote, Charles. We appreciate it very much.
I love you guys.
See you, buddy.
Before we go, I'm going to put it up online later, but I asked ChatGPT to make me a best musical about the Transformers.
Oh, God.
And it wrote an original song.
Really?
It did.
And how is it?
It's fucking horrible. It goes like Optimus Prime cuts in and then Bumblebee can't because Bumblebee has no voice. Like
That's
knew
hilarious.
that. And then like Megatron comes in and then Starscream comes in and
That's
like
exactly how I wanted
I was
to
like,
be.
write me an opening number for Transformers the musical. And it was all about like Megatron and the lights and put the cube in my chest, Sam. And like it was absolutely hilarious. Martin, what musical or what movie do you think would be better suited with the treatment of a musical?
I don't think I think this is the first show where the word Nazi has been said so many times in an episode.
But it won't be the last.
It will not be.
This is definitely the first. And just because you guys said it so much, this is where my brain went.
Oh,
I was like, what if there was Schindler's List, the musical?
Oh my God, I love it. How do you pitch that to a studio? How do you say, let's put a musical track in right here?
Well, see, you do it right after you pitch Mean Girls, the musical.
Okay, yeah. But that got picked up.
Exactly. You throw one and you throw both, and then they'll take one.
Speaking of, that's out
Ralph
this
Fiennes
weekend.
coming back in the original role.
Like
Or Ray Fiennes.
Yep.
What about you, Jimmy? What would you like to see as a musical?
Me like to see as a musical? Well,
Scream.
geez, what's more? They already did it. They already did
Really?
it. Yeah, they did Scream.
Yep.
They did Scream the musical. It's hilarious. Fuck, what would I pick as a musical? Jurassic Park would be pretty funny.
Jurassic Park
Where
is
the dinosaurs
frightening
sing.
in the dark, and the dinosaurs are right. You put
I'd see that.
Weird Al Yankovic singing the fucking song.
Dude, those T-Rexes?
I think I'd
Like
see
getting
that.
the dinosaurs on stage? Or would you put the T-Rex as a robot? And the raptors are people? The mime people?
No, you bring out like a chorus line of little Transformers.
raptors.
Of little raptors who like do the can and shit. Like you really fucking burn it out with the.
I know
with
Zoe
every
would buy
trope.
100 tickets.
I would go see Jurassic Park the musical. Watching Ian Malcolm sing about chaos theory.
Oh,
that'd
it'd be beautiful.
fucking-
I want to hear Jeff Goldblum sing.
Right? Bring the whole cast back to do it. I would like to see. I mean, it was the Marvel musical in Hawkeye was a pretty.
Oh, that
brilliant
was
idea.
hilarious.
You'd love to see a full version.
I'd
of
love
that.
to see a full version of like Cap singing to America, and Wolverine drunk in a bar singing about how hard his life is, chewing on a cigar. Like make it like a jazzy performance, and then like Professor Xavier can dance. It's when he comes to life and like gets out of the wheelchair.
Like the Grandpa Joe.
Exactly, in Wonka, which is also a
hilarious.
musical. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is a musical. We
Yeah, it is.
forget about that shit.
With me
Can't you see
in a world.
the pure
It's beautiful.
imagination?
And now we're gonna get absolutely no charisma. Timothy Chalamet, dude has no riz. I don't care what anyone says. No riz on that fucking guy. None.
What if he surprises us? What if he pulls like a Heath Ledger and just like blows it out of the water?
It's getting great reviews, guys. Like it was the
You
winner
never know.
during
I
the
like Timothy
Christmas
Chalamet.
break.
He's a great actor.
I gotta see the audience score.
Yeah, like it was the best spot during the Christmas break. It outsang Aquaman. Maybe if Aquaman was a musical, it would have done better.
I want to see Aquaman 2 the musical. Aquaman 2-sicle.
They're all singing underwater.
Well, fuck me. It has a 91% audience score and 82
That's a big
regular.
score, man. And like the people I know
That's
that
a
went
big
to go
score
see
for a
it,
musical, man.
Yeah, fuck me. All right, maybe I'm wrong.
the people I know that went to go see it don't know each other, so they all said the same thing, which was interesting.
So wait,
So-
this was a legit musical too as well?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
singing it.
Timothy
man.
Chalamet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you remember your first musical as a kid? Or the first musical you maybe were dragged to?
Miss
or-
Saigon.
like, I was in musical theater.
It was probably Little Shop.
Little Shop, okay.
Yeah.
Miss Saigon. I went and saw that at the concert.
I saw that.
hall.
Then I saw Phantom and then Les Mis.
I was
right
in 2 performances.
I've seen Chicago in Chicago.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, jazz hands. I was in Bye Bye Birdie, which is like
You were in Bye Bye
Mary
Birdie?
Poppins.
I was in Bye Bye Birdie.
Was my first.
I was in a high school performance of Bye Bye Birdie.
Who were you?
I was one of the Apple Bottom gang. That wasn't much.
Boots with the fur.
Yeah.
Apple bottom jeans.
Yeah, exactly.
With this world.
And then I was also in Once Upon a Mattress, which is the sex comedy of Princess and the Pea.
You did that in high school?
Did that in grade 12.
Fascinating.
Yeah, I was a knight in waiting.
And the director's in jail now?
No, no, he's still teaching. It wasn't like a sex comedy, like we weren't fucking, but there was simulated.
We did Poor Things, the musical.
Yeah.
He was
Schindler's
fucking.
List, the musical.
What about the 90s?
That's where his
Teenage
love
Mutant
of Black
Ninja Turtles?
Eyeliner came from.
Yeah, yeah, and tights.
What about a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles musical?
That would work.
Like in the well, they did the Vanilla Ice song.
They did, but here's what you don't know: Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had a touring like musical concert when the movie came out,
Well,
the
then
first
fuck me.
one. So like Splinter came on stage and they did all these like rock performances and played all these songs.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but it was a marketing thing, and I did go see it.
They were breakdancing.
Like the California Raisins.
Yeah.
They're kind of like
legends,
right? Like if you trick people into thinking a musical's happening, which is what Wonka did, they didn't advertise anything. They just
No, they didn't.
Right? Like you didn't know it was a musical until they started reviewing it. And I think that's how doing a musical works better than being a musical on your nose.
Don't tell them.
Like The Greatest Showman is awesome, but it's a good musical.
Right.
Where Wonka, if it was advertised as a musical at Christmas, I don't think a lot of people would have given two shits. And you're also making a prequel. So if you're going to make a musical prequel to an actual feature, that changes a lot for people.
Should have been Jeremy Allen White.
Yeah, he's way more of a
He
Gene
looks
Wilder.
like Gene Wilder.
He'll be the Gene Wilder biopic, which
That'd
will
be
also be a
cool.
musical.
I'd watch that.
I don't know. What's the worst musical you've ever seen? And I know we're all going to say it. You haven't even seen it, but there was buttholes in it. Cats.
Oh, Cats?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Cats.
Probably Cats.
That is such, like, that was such a debacle. Like an absolute debacle. And like that's an Andrew Lloyd Webber performance too.
Yeah.
That's a dude who did Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, like how did Phantom work? How did Les Mis work? But how did Cats not translate?
Well, they didn't put the assholes in.
He didn't do Les Mis though, Michael.
What?
He just did Phantom. He did Phantom and Jesus in the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Isn't
Andrew Lloyd Webber did Phantom and Jesus. He didn't do
You didn't
Les Mis.
do Les Mis?
No, he didn't.
Who did Les Mis?
Me.
I can't remember the guy, but it wasn't
Okay.
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
All right.
It was who did it? Ridley Scott.
You all would have hated it then. Why are there no French people? Oh, Ridley Scott did it.
The French hate themselves.
Well, listener, if there's a musical that you thought that should have been in this, or a musical that you
Let us know. Like we didn't even touch Rent.
we didn't touch Rent, we didn't touch West
Nope.
Side Story,
Nope.
we didn't touch Miss
Hamilton,
Saigon,
we didn't touch.
Hamilton.
Was it a movie? It was a movie version of Hamilton, wasn't
Yeah,
there?
well,
Yeah.
exactly. Like they made the musical a performance you
yeah.
could watch.
Oh,
They
okay.
didn't make it a movie.
It wasn't a movie.
Same
okay.
Yeah,
thing.
they filmed it, but they filmed
That's
it like
a
a movie.
movie.
That's a movie.
If you film it, it's a movie.
But if you have an idea that you want read on the show on an upcoming episode,
Let us know what we missed. We
yeah.
love that.
comment on the episode.
Be mad.
Be angry.
Leave us a voicemail.
Leave us
Buy
a voicemail. We'll
skateboard.
play it on here, just like we played Charles. We'll play you like Charles. That makes no sense. And we'll get you involved in the show, and then you can be on it and see if one of our audience member debates, if we get enough of you, we'll pick one of you as a winner, and then
That's
maybe
right.
he'll win something. Who fucking knows?
Leave us a review like Michael's cunty puppet. Like, really, Michael? Come on.
Really?
Really?
I know, he's got
That's
that-
what you're going to pick? You're not going to pick the moment?
He does. The way he's angled, he's looking like he's.
Come on.
I know.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a little pissed off.
that
I
what
can
we're
tell.
doing?
We're gonna have to have a talk after.
Oh, yeah.
But
You have to put some yams in him, Michael.
Yeah, some yams up
yams.
that fucking hole.
Make him
We'll
happy.
do furious jumping. Me and my Muppet.
I don't know if he'll like that.
Listener, if this is your first time, thank you for riding all the way through. We appreciate it. If you liked it, the easiest thing to do is subscribe, which is every podcast player. Just do it. Just whatever you're listening to this on, press follow, press like, press subscribe. That's
Come to
easy.
trivia.
Come to trivia if you're in our hometown. If you're in Vancouver and you want to come to trivia, if you're in LA and you want to come to trivia, come to trivia. But
Fly on out.
yeah,
Direct flights now.
It's expensive, but that would be. We'll make sure you.
Flights to Vancouver are actually pretty cheap right now.
They are?
Zoe and I have been checking, yeah.
We should go back
With Flair.
So bring a backed bag. Don't check anything.
Never
Book 2
in
weeks
the
off
universe.
because you never know when.
You don't ever know
Yeah,
where you're
yeah.
going and where you're coming
That's
home.
right.
But and in the show notes, you can subscribe to all of our things. You can subscribe to everything that we do on the show, the behind the scenes stuff, the link in our bio. Twitter for me and Jimmy's in there. The show for Real Debaters is best on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. You can now listen to the show on YouTube.
Isn't that nice?
You get a brand new episode on YouTube.
Maybe you don't
week.
want Spotify. Maybe you don't want Apple.
Yeah, maybe you're a big YouTube fan. You pay for YouTube and you just want to see same old image for 2 hours. Then great, awesome, do that. But
it's me in the tub.
Yeah.
Subscribing to our brand of laughter is the best way you can support the show. But if you also want to spend some money, you can buy our shit too. All that stuff's in the show notes. That's true. We got everybody's stuff's up there now.
We got shirts.
We got sweaters.
Hoodies.
We got hats. We got trucker hats. We have aprons. Yeah. We used to have skateboards. Skateboards never sold, but aprons I think might fell.
Kiss the masturbator.
Besides that, thank you for tuning into another episode. We will see you when we see you. And I've been Satine, Diamonds Are Girl's best friend, gentlemen.
And I am not Russell Crowe.
And I am thankful you all voted with integrity.
Well, we have to sometimes.
Watch all the movies, listen to all the musicals, and see you next week. Goodbye, guys. Bye-bye.
Oh, if you have any problems, dial information. Thank you for calling.